Hey, good afternoon, guys. Tush coming at you. Friday, March 13th. Yeah, Friday the 13th. And we're just out in the garage doing a little painting. So after some research, we just decided to go ahead and paint some stuff. So we've got the nose of the starter in the spray gray from Eastwood, which is kind of like a cast iron look to it. We also did that metal band with the cast iron look. And then we've got the body of the starter over here in black. We're getting a few runs. It's a little chilly in the garage, but you know what? It looks 100% better than it did, so that's all I'm going for. So we're just letting that dry. We did get to go a few other little pieces into black as well. Probably can't see those, but so I did a little painting today already, and we're probably starting to look for the next project. And I thought, well, the generator is sitting right beside the starter in this box over here, so we'll pull the generator out, and we're just about to start taking this apart. I've got the compressor warming up so I can get this nut off here with an impact gun, and we'll remove the pulley and the fan off of this generator before we get into it too much. Again, we're going to try to disassemble it and clean it up a little bit, and we'll get that into paint as well and get that out of the way and onto the clean parts table. So I just wanted to give you a quick look at that before we get into it. So yeah, again, the traditional sort of rust and grease and oil. So we'll make that look better. I'm hoping this is working. I haven't tested it yet, but we'll fix it up and we'll get it back into good looking condition. I do actually have a perfect condition one of these that I'd actually taken off my 1960. I'd rebuilt it for the 60, and then I decided to go with a alternator conversion on the 60. But again, we're going to keep this one traditional. We're going to stick with a generator, and so I do have one already completed, but we may as well fix this one while we've got it out and on the table. All right, guys, we'll come back. Hey, good evening, guys. Tush coming at you. Saturday, March 14th, just after 7 o'clock. It's a little bit late start to the day in the garage today. Had to give Les a hand moving one of his cars up to the paint shop today, so spent most of the day doing that, but we're back in the garage now with some freshly clean and painted parts. I'm going to turn that radio down a little bit. So here we go with our generator and starter parts, all cleaned and painted and back from inside the house where it was sitting on the dining room table drying. So we're going to attempt to put these things back together. I'm going to start with the starter, which we've got the components of over there. So we'll dig the starter bits out and we'll go to it, and we'll post some pictures when we're done. Alright, we'll talk to you in a bit. Hey guys, Tush coming back at you, just about 8:15 or so. I think I started these at 7ish, so an hour and 15 minutes to put them back together. It's a little easier to work with when the parts are all nice and clean and shiny, and everything goes back together well. So there they are. There's the completed starter and completed generator. Like I said, no leftover bits, which is good. They cleaned up quite nicely. We are going to bench test these before we put them back on the car, but I'm pretty sure I won't have any issues with them. Everything looked good internally, so yeah. So I'm happy with that. So 2 more projects down. They look good from pretty much all sides. I tried to polish that at the back as best as I could. Don't know how you're going to be able to see that. It might be kind of dark. So yeah, we'll call that done. They look 100% better than they did. Alright guys, that's it for tonight. We'll upload this and we'll get back out here tomorrow. Before I go in though, I just wanted to mention that I did mention I was going to try to work on the rear suspension of the car, or the suspension in general of the car this weekend. So I did do a little bit. I actually got the silent block bushings installed. So there are the new bushings in there. So those were a bit of a pain to get in. They were pushing the limits of my little vise. I actually bent the handle on the vise getting them in. So, but they're in, and they look good. So those springs are ready to go back on the car. I've got the front new bushings for those to go on, and the cleaned and painted shackle pins are ready to go. So maybe we'll try to get out here tomorrow and we'll throw those rear springs on to start the day. Alright guys, we'll talk to you later.